In this video, we are going to see how to use patterns with it, a very important structure in advanced English, an inversion, that is a way to give emphasis to regular sentences. Let's begin with patterns with it. This chart is going to help us to summarize the ways in which we can use them. Normally, when we have a very complex or long subject, we can substitute it with it. We are going to use this kind of introductions of ideas, and then you are going to add the information you want to communicate. So we are going to use it plus verb. Normally, or in most of the cases, is verb be, but you can use other verbs too. And the structures that we have here, right? So it's it plus verb plus, for example, adjective and that. It's understandable that, and then you're going to explain the rest of the information. Or in negative, it's not my business that, and then you add the extra information. You can also use an adjective and infinitive with to. It's good to know that. Also, you can use a that clause. It says that reading is a good habit. In that case, reading is acting as a gerund. It is an ing form, an activity. Then we can have an object plus infinitive with to plus that. It makes me feel happy that, and then you explain the rest. So it's a way to introduce some information and also to make shorter the long subject that you can have, right? Also, it can be an object, and we can follow it by when. I hate it when nobody listens. It is another way to use this pattern. Or also, we can use an adjective plus infinitive with to. I find it difficult to write, and then you continue giving the rest of the information. Common phrases that are used in these patterns are it's not good, it's no use, it's no wonder, or it's no coincidence. Let's talk about inversion. As I mentioned before, it's a very good structure that we can use and that we normally don't use it, right? But it is going to give emphasis or dramatic effect in what we are saying or writing. It's commonly used in written English and in less formal spoken English too. So it's used when a sentence begins with an adverbial or a phrase that functions as an adverb. Frequency adverbs are very common in this kind of sentences, in inverted sentences. The inversion must agree with the auxiliary according to the tense. So we are going to be focused on the tense we are using in order to apply it properly. Now let's see some examples. Here in this chart, we have a regular sentence and an inverted sentence for us to see the difference. Students often prefer to use a computer when doing homework. This is a simple present sentence in which often is an adverb of frequency that we have to say how often we do something, right? So in this inverted sentence, often is going to be at the beginning. And then we are going to have the inversion that we normally have in questions. Often do students prefer to use a computer when doing homework? What are we emphasizing? The student's preference. This is exactly what we are emphasizing in this inverted sentence. Some other examples. Seldom should you go to the library. Under no circumstances must you open that door. In this case, we are using a phrase. Not until last month did he travel by plane. So the phrases that we have there, should you go, must you open, did he travel, that have the inversion are the ones we are emphasizing when using this specific structure. As we said, it's more common in informal speaking and in writing. In order to emphasize the information we want the people to pay attention to.